Plan is very simple. All I had to do, not die during the helicopter event while fighting zomboids. And usually the helicopter event in Project Zomboid is something to hide from, but I want to fight it. I might just have a gruesome death, but first I'm gonna need lots of guns, even more ammo, a car, a radio, and lots of traps as well. My chances of survival are extremely slim, but if everything goes according to my plans, then I'll have a 25% success rate. I'll start in Rosewood, raid the police station, take a car to the military surplus store, and finally bunker down in Riverside. Once there, I'm gonna build from The Last of Us up in this hoe and booby trap the whole damn town. A simple plan really, but one that might just work. Day 1. Started off hot, with only a frying pan on hand and a dream. A dream to not die in the next few days. This frying pan, however, got me feeling like Senshi from Delicious Dungeon. I'm about to cook some zomboid meat in a second, boys. Also, exploring other houses is a gamble. You gamble how many zombies you are willing to kill for potentially sweet loot that is inside. I gambled quite a lot actually for absolutely nothing. All I got out of this was a notebook. A simple notebook. I couldn't even open a window from the inside. The stupid house didn't even let me leave. So I got the great idea of taking on the firehouse for the fire axes. Potentially one of the best weapons in the game. There was one big problem though. Hordes. Hordes everywhere. So I went around just to get met with the other hordes. The zomboids kept coming. I have a small feeling it was because of the loud noises the pan kept making while I was bashing skulls in. After a while of clicking their heads in, I got to looting. One of the zombies was carrying some heat with extra bullets. One gun down. The house, however, was nothing to gloat about. Barely had anything, but the garage and van were different. I got some pipes and a welder's mask. Now I could make my way into the firehouse. It was quite annoying though, since most of the zombies were in groups of 5, and it was kind of hard to lure them out 3 at a time, so most of the time I was fighting the whole group at once. It also doesn't help that I got quite cocky after getting some firefighter equipment. Just like Icarus, I flew too close to the sun and my shoulder got scratched. The firefighter clothes are great, but they make you so slow, so I took it off. Back to the house I went. I ended up using the curtains to make a makeshift bandage because I did not have a first aid kit. Day 2. The pain from the scratch woke me up, and so I got downing the pain pills. Back to the firehouse I went. I started with cleaning out the backyard again, but that took a massive toll on my pipe. It was bound to break soon, so I made my way inside the firehouse. I cleared out 2 zomboids inside the bay, then scoured for the medical supplies to disinfect and properly dressed my scratch. I also took antibiotics since it started getting infected. I found a fire axe and began clearing out the bottom floor when 2 extra zombies came barreling down the stairs. So I panicked and ran out. So now instead of facing 4 zombies and 2 of them being distracted, I had to fight 12. After taking care of 4 waves of zomboids, I dispatched the 4 inside. One of them had the keys to the pickup truck, meaning I got one of the biggest obstacles out of the way on the second day. Feeling like I can actually pull this off, oof, jump scare. A zombie somehow got into the firehouse while I was distracted. I acquired a duffel bag so I could stop putting things in my comically large pockets of mine. With an axe and duffel bag, I went into the police station. And it was honestly a lot less zombies than I would have thought. On the flip side, however, it barely had anything in it. Actually, really disappointing. Not even the safes had anything. But I did get SIGs for days. So I slapped the very little things I got from the police station into the truck and headed off for bed. Oh, and there's a zomboid stuck under the stairs. Say goodnight to Geralt. Day 3. I said good morning to Geralt and I went to look for some gas. There was a fat horde in the way, and I swear, why are these dudes always moving? I've never seen this much movement in this game before. I got tired as balls, so I went into the home just to find out that I forgot my first gun and radio in here. It's kind of awkward. When I got out of the house, a zomboid was just outside and almost got me. I really need to check outside before I run off. In any case, I went off to find a gas can. I found a survivor house, which could have guns and weapons. But one time, I got blown up to Kingdom Come, so I left it alone. On my third house with the shed on the outside, had a zomboid in the inside. Bad thing was I needed to lure it out while it did not scratch me. Everything ended up being fine. I found a full jerry can inside and went to fill the truck up. Filled it up and siphoned the rest of the cars for gas, and now I had a little more than halfway full. I packed up all the meds and tossed it into the trash cans for later use. Said goodnight to Geralt. Day 4. Took the food I found in the shed house and took off my dressings because my wound finally healed. I did not turn into a zombie. Nice. I was actually quite worried since it was taking a little longer to heal than usual. I went to go check out the police cruiser and the alarm went off. I honestly thought I was screwed at this point and my run was about to be over. I ran off and I got trapped inside the fence. The massive horde of zombies were getting into the police station and into the yard I was in. I was trying to hop over the fence, but my character is a little chubby, so it was taking a few tries. And just before a zombie took a bite out of my ass cheek, I got over. I kind of screwed my plans over on leaving tomorrow, since now I have to clear out streets in order to use my truck, or else I'll get swarmed when I try to leave. I was doing my usual of triggering 3 zomboids and leading them into the open field to take care of them. But on one of the times I did it, I accidentally triggered a big horde, and now I thought I was done for. It took me hours of running away, sitting down so I could rest. I would hit multiple a time, maybe kill one, and go off, sit down, repeat and repeat and repeat. Luckily, in that big horde of zomboids, there were so many guns. Not a lot of ammo, but I did have a lot of guns I was gonna need. So I threw everything in the back of the truck after I was done and said goodnight to Geralt. I said good morning to Geralt one last time and I shed a tear. My staircase zombie. And I went out to clear the zomboids that were cluttering the main road before I left, as well as to get a bit more of gas. I went back to the cars that were crashed on the road when I got my jerry can, and that was enough to get me 3/4 full of a gas tank. When I was clearing out the zomboid horde, some gunshots rang off and attracted a big horde up to the house complexes. That's good and bad, since now they're not going to be in the beginning of the street, but now they're going to be more towards the center. I might be able to go around actually. I threw everything in the back of the truck and went off. I'll never get used to these driving mechanics of this game, but it could be kind of fun sometimes when you're not crashing. As I was driving, I realized there's actually a lot more zomboids on the freeways of Rosewood than the actual town. I was trying to go fast as fuck, boys, but a turn came up and I almost flipped my shit. Like, I swear to God, I think I broke the axle of this truck. And after recovering gracefully, I ended up hitting another car. In all honesty, I should have just switched cars then and there, since most likely it would have the keys in it. But I was in a time crunch and I completely forgot. But no worries, I ended up getting to the surplus store just in time. But I'm gonna hit it tomorrow, since I'm quite tired and it was gonna end bad. Day 6. I parked the truck a little ways down, but there was a thick fog that didn't let me see how many zombies there were, and it felt like a horror game. If I killed one, 2 more came out. Just before I opened the door to the store, however, I got stun locked by a stupid zombie getting up. It caused a big laceration. I wasn't going to make it back to my truck before I bled out, so I took a few zombies that were in the store and used a t-shirt to make a makeshift bandage. Sometimes I think I'm just really bad at video games. Some zombies busted in and I danced on them real quick before I killed them. Like, hit the gritty on that shit. There was actually a good amount of ammo and guns. There was bows and a Tommy. I opened the back door and almost got bit because I wasn't fast enough, but I got my licks in and it was all fine. Transporting these supplies was going to take a while, but when I got out of the store, I got chased down by a big horde. So what had happened was, since the zombies couldn't see me due to the big fog, they left me alone. The whole time there was just so many of them than I thought there was, and I just got kind of lucky. And then though, I made it out, but just barely. Since I made a few into crawlers, and for some reason they were faster than the actual zombies, so by the time the zombies, I could hit those zombies on the ground, I would be exposed to getting hit from the zombies from the top. And if I want to hit the zombies on the top, the crawlers would scratch at me and try to take my toes. I was in a lose-lose situation, which I barely got out of. Day 7. I went to try out the bow and I couldn't hit my shots for shit, and that was just embarrassing. I need to get a lot closer than I would like, but it's fine. Just quiet and it kills them instantly sometimes. I spent most of the day just transporting supplies back from the store to my truck. Day 8. I spent the whole day sorting my ammo and guns, and it turns out most of the mags don't even fit any of the guns that I have, and most of the guns only take 9mm bullets, so I kind of screwed myself on that one. I did, however, went back into the store for some water, and it turns out I missed quite a few things on display cases, which was great for me. I took another long nap in my truck, and I was closer to my goal. I finished up sorting my bullets and ammo for the day and headed to bed inside the truck. Day 9. I kinda ended up sleeping through the whole event, and on the bright side though, I had already cleared most of the zomboids that were in this little town area, so none of them came to kill me in my sleep. But I'm gonna end the video by going to Riverside and clearing it out just for you guys. So I packed my bags and headed on out. Then I crashed and broke my hand. And then I crashed again, and this time the truck stopped working properly. It would only turn on and off. So I pulled into the edge of Riverside, but like I couldn't walk properly. The whole thing was just a big mess. Like, I don't know what I was trying to do. I had the bright idea of just blowing all the zombies up, so I looped around the parking lot a few times to get all the zombies in one like big massive chunk horde. Took out my bags, got the grenade, forgot the claymore, and then I lured them out to the facility so they could all gather up in the window. I chucked it. I think it killed like half of them, which is great, but the other half came at me, lured them out. Just watch it. Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. I mean, I technically beat the event while outside, so that counts. I didn't lie. Didn't lie there. I didn't lie. Like and subscribe, and I'll actually beat it next time. Maybe. If I hit my goal, I'll try it again. 50 subs.